I'm talking and screaming. Y'all steady telling me the mic is muted and I ain't paying attention. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. It's me. Yes, I do sound like this. um, but I'm here and my title is exactly what it is. Hey Malik, I got on here earlier. I listened to Binary until I fell back asleep because I really didn't get much sleep last night. But I fell asleep, then I just woke back up and they was YouTube cameras was live, and of course I'm gonna go out and drop down and show my sis some love and support. But I just ain't got it in me. I just can't see it. I ain't lying to y'all. I can't see it. So I was like, you know what? Just go live and talk. This live had been planned for a while in the back of my mind, but of course we all get to places where we entertain certain things and get sidetracked. So I'm gonna do it today, and y'all gonna have to be patient with me. And those of you who know, Alcoholics Anonymous said you only need 2 people to hold a meeting. So we're gonna hold a meeting, and I'm not starting from the beginning of the book. I chose to go with chapter 5, which is how it works, and what I chose to read and to expound on. I think that some of y'all would definitely understand, whether it's personal or someone in your family or someone in the world. So first I'm gonna start with the steps, because in the AA meeting you always start off with reading the steps. You sure, Malik? You know you be busy. You know this what I'm about to do, bro. I'm about to pull out this meeting. I'll drop the link for you. And as you can hear my voice, I've been telling y'all it's just things going on in my real life, like. But I dropped the link for Malik. I mean, anybody else? I'm not gonna even say it. I'm just not here for it. This is not the live for that today. So I wait till Malik come up, and then I'll go ahead and read the steps, because in the meeting you always start off with the Alcoholics Anonymous introduction or the steps. I'm choosing to just do the steps. Who the hell, Malik? What the hell is this? You know what? Just come on up here.
I'm
Just
on mute. Go.
okay. So I'm choosing to start my meeting by offering the steps. So, and how it works in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous on page 59 for those who would like to research the resources. And y'all bear with me, my voice is fucked up. They have the starting point before you say the steps are here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. When we admitted to alcohol, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all of these defects of characters. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, to continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. All right, so there we go with that. All right, Malik. So I chose to do the 12 steps because I want to have people understand why I respond to sometimes do the things I do, or why sometimes I back down, right? It's another excerpt from there that I want to read, but you here, bro. Good morning to you and the wife. How's everything going? Like I said, excuse my voice. My body is keeping the score right now, and it's whooping my ass for sure. I ain't got no cold or nothing. This is just what it is. Hey, Tay, babe, what's going on, Malik? How you gonna go on mute?
So I'm letting you talk.
Okay.
Um, like I've said to you before, I went to the meetings on behalf of my mom. So I know the literature. I don't know it like you know it.
Yeah.
So the number one thing is listen and support.
Mm-hmm.
And just listening to you, it sounds like you got something you want to put in the air, and this what you doing is putting it in the
Mm-hmm.
air. And
Yep.
I'm here to listen because that's the number one thing to support. Because
That's true.
your feelings are important to me because it helps you maintain your sobriety. And I get it because I was this way last night. Ironic. I'm not gonna go into detail because they're gonna take it the wrong way. But last
You
night,
don't have to.
no,
We
no,
having a
I
meeting,
was
bro.
given I
Go
was
ahead.
given some information, and it put me in the place where I've been before.
Mm-hmm.
So because you've been there, I keep a little mini bar for my social people that come through family. So I was there. I was there, Dawn. I was right there. So
Mm.
I walked to the kitchen and I poured a whole bottle of Tito's in the gutter, in the drain. And I stood there and I got it out. And my wife, being who she is, she said, well, at least I know you maintaining your vision
Mm-hmm.
to give it to you for the abridged version. And I said, you just don't understand. She said, I realize it. Because you walked past that bottle for years. And if you poured it out, it must have been something. And that's how I left it. But I got it out. So for those who listen, it's best to get it out than to regret a further action. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say what the action is, but you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So
Whatever it is.
I've always told you that whatever you're going to do, let me know. And this your thing. You know,
Yeah.
I don't knock anybody's thing. So I'm here to listen
All right.
because, you know, we gonna work through this together but apart.
And that's all you need sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me say this commentary has nothing to do with any particular person. What it does have to do with is with me regaining my journey and me sitting back and realizing a lot of the things I'm dealing with is because I left my home, which is Alcoholics Anonymous. And um I'm like, you know what? Let me just talk. So let me give y'all another excerpt from the book. This is also in chapter 5 of How It Works. And it explains something. And I don't know, Malik, you pay attention to a lot. I have been saying certain things based on my observations, but I want to make them real. This book was written back in the 1930s. This is what they were dealing with in the 1930s and how they explained it. So just be patient with me. And I'm on my laptop, so I shouldn't be getting no calls interrupting me. Um, Hold on, let me find these. Okay, I'm gonna just start here. Being convinced, we are at step 3 of, and that's what they say, step 3 of the process. And I thank you everybody that's coming in. If I miss your comment, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I'll try to just highlight everybody that come in so y'all can say hello to each other. And I'm not crying. This is just truly my voice right now. Being convinced, we are at step 3, which is that we decided to turn our will and our life over to the care of God as we understood him. Just what do we mean by that? And just what do we do? The first requirement is that we be convinced that any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. On that basis, we are almost always in collision with with something or somebody, even though our motives are good. Most people try to live by self-propulsion. Each person is like an actor. Y'all take note what I'm saying now. Each person is like an actor who wants to run the whole show, is forever trying to arrange the lights, the ballet, the scenery, and the rest of the players in his own way. If his arrangements would only stay put, if only people would do as he wished, the show would be great. Everybody, including himself, would be pleased. Life would be wonderful. In trying to make these arrangements, our actor may sometimes be quite virtuous. He may be kind, considerate, patient, generous, even modest, and self-sacrificing. On the other hand, he may be mean, egotistical, selfish, and dishonest. But with most humans, he is more likely to have varied traits. What usually happens? The show doesn't come off very well. He begins to think life doesn't treat him right. He decides to exert himself more. He becomes, on the next occasion, still more demanding or gracious. As the case may be, still a play does not suit him. Admitting he may be somewhat at fault, he is sure that the other people are more to blame. He becomes angry, indignant, self-pitying. What is his basic trouble? He is not really a self-seeker even when trying to be kind. Is he not a victim of the delusion that he can wrest satisfaction and happiness out of this world if he only manages well? It is not evident to the rest of the players that these are the things he wants, and do not his actions make each of them wish to retaliate, snatching all they can get out of the show? Is he not, even in his best moments, a producer of confusion rather than harmony? Our actor is self-centered, egocentric, as people like to call nowadays. 1939, y'all. He is like a retired businessman who lolls in the Florida sunshine in the winter, complaining of the sad state of the nation, the minister who sighs over the sins of the 20th century, the politicians and reformers who are all sure all will be utopia. Hold on, my page is stuck together. If the rest of the world will only behave, the outlaw safecracker who thinks society has wronged them, and the alcoholic who has lost it all and is locked up. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. And for those of you who are here, you can take that and run with it whatever you may. I have been this person myself so many times. And even now, I found myself being this person with all the knowledge, the therapies, everything. And this excerpt kept peeking in my mind continuously. And then being in this space made it it kept hitting me in the back of my head. Like, you know what's going on and you know better. Don't do it. Don't feed the actor. Don't feed your actor and don't feed the other actors. So moving on with that, that's kind of just what I wanted to expound on. And those of you who have been to an AA meeting know this can go any type of way, any place. Look who here. Malik is on the link. We got somebody. Darling Tiana is here. Look at this. I said AA said you only need 2 people for a meeting. Because that's all you need. So I am personally going through some things in my life. There's been a lot of transitions. I'm grieving my mom again, which is crazy. I've been grieving her real hard this past year, like really, really, really hard. And they told me the 5th year was gonna make or break you, because what they call it, Tiana, you get off that cloud. I think it's a pink cloud, right? That pink cloud, and it ain't fun. It's not fun at all. Like Malik said, and thank you, Malik, for giving your testimony. Yeah, it's a pink cloud. I'm not gonna go into detail, but just know my body is telling me physically what my mind has been dealing with for a while. And so that's why I keep saying, I am going to transition from that space, because that space is not conducive to my recovery. That space is not conducive to the person I'm trying to be and the content creator I'm trying to be. I'm still going to be a subby, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to be doing content on that. I'd rather do this and give y'all space. Last night I had a very interesting conversation. That was one of the longest lives I had ever did. And within that conversation was a lot of fluff and a little mess, but I like to say that as a channel holder and having a panel, I think I handled it very well. And I know who I'm dealing with and how I'm dealing with them. So thank you to Uppity for coming up and having a conversation. Thank you to Charlie for being my angel at that time. And he came through. We had a little powwow, Malik dropped down. Things were taken care of. Malik, I hope you know that, because I stand 10 toes down with certain things. But let's get back to this AA meeting. And usually AA meetings can run anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I just don't know how long I'm going to have it in me to talk. But I remember, I'm going to go back to the first time I went to an AA meeting. See, I told y'all 5 years later, they still have Zoom AA meetings. I'm glad you said that. 5 years later, they still have them. And I have the links to all of those if y'all want them. I still have the links, and I know for a fact that they still work. When I first went to an AA meeting, it was actually in 2012. It was right after my aunt died, the one who raised me. She was like a grandmother to me. And I was tired. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. I just went to a company, and then I went to a meeting, and I did it for a little while. And when you go to like rehabs and different programs or whatever, I went to an outpatient program because I was in nursing school. They had you go to all types of meetings. So I went to several different meetings, met a few people, got all this literature. I didn't want to quit drinking at that time permanently, but I just was like, I need help. I don't know what's wrong with me. I needed an answer to my suffering at that time. I couldn't attribute it to nothing. I'm thinking depression, blah, 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 blah. So my first time I went to an AA meeting was in 2012. And then later, 2020, COVID zone. I think about all of the things that I've transitioned through over the years, and the things that I see nowadays. And I'm going to still troll because, it is what it is. You put it out here. This is how we entertain ourselves. But again, I'm not going to blatantly belittle or degrade anyone, because as a woman in recovery, with everything that I've been through and I've saw, and yes, I do garden. And that's on a different level. That's something I've met with professionals. I do have a psychiatrist and a nurse practitioner. They're okay with that. That it has nothing to do with my alcoholism. Two different things. But I know for a fact that it would eat me alive to beat down someone I know is struggling on the back end. I may not be able to lift them up. I may not be able to reach them, but I'm not going to beat them down even more. Recently, I had ran into someone that was very prevalent in my sobriety when I was working at a facility, and I was the unit manager earlier this year. And when I see him, it broke my heart because that man didn't know who I was because dementia had set in. Because he was already old, but he's older, and he had ended up having 2 strokes that left him with vascular dementia, which is often related to strokes. And then, of course, the history, even though he had been sober since 1996, things still can whoop our ass later in life. And I remember rounding everybody up. I got to calling like, hey, I can't tell y'all everything, but get up here. And they showed up. I called my sponsor. I have a male sponsor. He showed up. He wanted to talk, and I'm like, I'm cool, because of how the women in AA did me. But they showed up. And nobody treated me any different. Nobody judged me. You look good. You healthy. I'm happy to see you working. And they were so appreciative for the fact that I seen a sober brother. And I'm like, he here, y'all. And I'm talking like, when was the last time y'all seen him? And they was telling me they knew. And I'm like, no, he down bad. And they showed up. They brought him clothes. They made sure he had extra food. They was coming up there doing meetings with him. And like I said, he got dementia. So it's certain things, yes. Some things, no. But they showed up. And that's what made me think today, it don't take much, just show up. I don't never know who's going to drop down. See, them 130 some subbies I had before the abuse sector, they still there. All I got to type is a certain word or say or do a certain thing, and they going to come out. I have a lot of lesbian friends that I've met over here that whether they have choose to abstain or they went through recovery, they there. Malik, my YouTube bro, his wife, he here. And if y'all don't know about an AA meeting, there are small little organized points in it. But when we start talking and everybody comments and give their testimony and different things like that, it's no organization to it. It's just, you don't want to be too sexual or too belligerent, but you can really say a lot. I just hope that from this, that the few people that do click the video, click through, who do decide to take the time and watch it later, understand that a lot of us are truly, truly here for entertainment. And this ain't our real life. Because if we let this shit become our real lives, we will fuck up what we have. And we've seen it happen. For some of y'all who kind of just like, where am I going? What am I going to do? It's so many other things out here. I pay attention to a lot. Malik, I know you do too. And I understand how some people have developed associations with others in personal real life. I just was faced with a situation where I said, my life is in shambles right now. So I need to take a break and step back from everything. And the only little bit of what I got left to give is going to go to my children. I'm stepping back. I got to redo this. This ain't where I need to be. And so people go to church, they pull out their Bibles, they do whatever. I can pull out my Dharmapadas and all those things. But I will pull out the thing that sent me to Buddhism first, and that's the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I am getting a little emotional now because this shit gets me when it comes to my recovery, baby. When it comes to my foundation, it's something in me because that's the spirit. That's my Most High telling me, okay, it's time to physically clean up. It's time to mentally clean up. And I'm not even talking about just in the sense of not drinking or not smoking or whatever you claim it may be, because I have been leaking. I'm telling you now. I'm like, I love to garden and all these things. And I do take what I need to take, but I don't want to take a lot of meds. I'm even considering to quit smoking. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm in a crazy space right now, but I'm like, I really, really just need to hit this shit dead on. Whatever my anxieties is, whatever my frustration is, maybe I need to get back in the gym and do some kickboxing or something. My theme's still gonna be the garden, but I think I'm about to put the marijuana down too. And it's not even because, like, I'm not smoking right now. I don't smoke all day. I tell anybody I don't. On the weekends, I may have, a couple of hits with my coffee, but like, I don't get high all day because I want to function. I want to be able to do everything I need to do. But I'm like, right now, I don't think I needed it.
So, I'm gonna take 2 minutes.
No, you can go ahead.
No, first, check your two-way, and I meant that sincerely in your two-way.
Uh-huh.
Second, I get where this is coming from because I've done it a million times, and I'm gonna even put a name on it for me. Contrary to popular belief, I've said this ad nauseum, and I'll always say it. I've never met Lemon, but I was Lemon.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that I could really tell you what the streets was.
Right.
I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna BS. I could really give you actual events, shit, boom. But I've always had a big homie that snatched me to guide me. So I look at Lemon as a little brother.
Right.
I get that tough ass bravado he want to do behind the goddamn board when he get drunk to cuss out. None of that shit affects me because I know it's coming from a whole different place. And hello?
Yeah, you blanked out. Y'all have some terrible Wi-Fi here. He'll be back. Him and Brooke, they Wi-Fi always fucking with them. They'll be getting a good ass point off and then just go out. But while Hood therapy is one of my day ones. Hood was here when I was telling my stories. Hood, girl, you about to make me cry just because I know where I've been and my purpose back then and what I wanted to do. Hood therapy is a day one, and she is untouchable over here. Hood therapy. So, go ahead, bro. You good?
Pardon me. I get a lot of things. It's folks on here I probably would never meet. It's a few on here I would like to meet. That's just my own reasoning because I think they're cool and they'll actually be cool people in real life.
Same. They know who they are too.
So I used to have a dilemma on do I want to watch the effery at the Jerry Springer, at the Morton Downey Jr. show, or do I want to do something else? But I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear him yelling, hooping and hollering, and I'll be like, okay, what? So I find myself listening because I do look at him as a little brother. So it pains me to see certain things go down.
Me as well.
And again, I'll tell anybody, see, the thing about alcohol that's so deadly is it's so easy accessible.
Yep.
And every time you have a problem,
good girl,
you're not going to find the answer in that bottle. However, you keep going to that bottle for the answer, and that bottle only creates more problems.
That's true. That's true.
So I personally had to learn to face things head on and move on versus the escape of the bottle.
Right.
And again, I'm not putting this on anybody. So I'm telling you me. And what I also found about a lot of people is it's hard for them to be them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's when I have I'm not going to say the problem. I'll be like, that's when you need to go take a minute to self-reflect
Yep.
and start to correct why you don't want to be you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm on here, I've learned to pick and choose who I could play with versus who I stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the situation you talked about. If you went back, I didn't say anything about them. Period.
It's
When I
cool.
turned, no, I'm just saying. And when I turned, I'm like, damn, who house is that? And then when I looked again, I'm like, oh shit. And I heard they mouth. I'm like, see, here we go. Because see, if
I'm gonna
you
show
got
you
an
why
issue,
he's right. Let me hold your thought, bro. Let me show you why he's right. Look at this. Where's our names? There's our names. That's why I didn't even. I'm just like, okay, let's move past it. You know what I'm saying? Again, let me show y'all why this is easy. Our names leave when we highlight comments. So I can go with you with that, Malik, because that could have been absent because I was highlighting comments. So that's why I'm showing the people who are watching or who may watch why he said that. He was trolling, of course, but it wasn't particularly directed at the panelists last night. Thank you. Go ahead, bro.
and again, I'll be like, it's crazy. But again, I've learned to understand about some people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not relevant in their own life. So they're only relevant on here for mockery. And my thing is, it's enough. You got enough to drag me or my wife on. So why do you always go left? And
Right.
then when I go left, it's a problem.
Yeah, and we expounded. Me and Charlie expounded on that. Like, let me see this. I hope that our conversation touches her in a way, because me and Charlie was expounding on all of those things. We know her state, and because I noticed that she wasn't able to contain herself anymore, that's why I was like, let me just drop her, because I knew she was about to go there. And we know when people go there, they go there. And she admitted that. So it ain't no harm. It wasn't like I was choosing a side. It was just, I don't want that here. I didn't want that interaction to happen at all. Even if they said certain things, and I kept saying, if you can go back, the comments and the beliefs of the panelists are not mine, and I was still trying to navigate it in a different way, which is why I dropped her. Like I said, it was just that I have to stay true to what I believe I want to happen on my channel.
Yeah, I didn't take it personal. I've said before, sometimes she has some relevant information. I'll be like, okay.
Yes, it's crazy because she is one of those people that I could truly say, because I have been in her clouds, and me and Charlie both admitted last night that we didn't always drop down, because uppity see you, she get triggered, she drag you. And I'm like, I don't want that. If I'm going to see what you're talking about, that ain't my goal. But she on her lives, girl, be kicking some shit, bro. Like, she be talking, what I'm saying?
She was over there talking about the African American male incarceration rate. I was like, oh damn, she on point with this. Boy.
Right.
I'm the first to say, yo, some of the things she say, I've heard. I'll be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like I'll be like, oh, here we go.
When it's different when she hits links. But she also said too, and we all know this, when we hit a link, depending on where we at, we know we automatically low key be on guard because we know people, especially if we're talking about certain people, we already know as soon as they hit the link, they get tagged. So I think you missed part of that conversation, and it was such a long live. That's why I'm cool with recapping it. You missed part of that. When you came in and dropped down, it was like the ass in, and I peeped it. As soon as you dropped down, I'm like, okay. All right.
See, I'll even give you this. And I know she gonna put it out there. You know why she get attacked? Because she come off so like, wow. And you be like, yo, if you're talking on something relevant, like the whole diet thing, I'm like, bang. But the moment, and let's just say Joe Blow hit the chat and say, hey, LaDawn, see that motherfucker right there obsession, you be like, yo, whoa.
Right.
Said LaDawn, and you were talking about something different, and you were speaking some knowledge. Why are we even entertaining this?
They gonna talk about your nationality hood, but you know, over here you can hit a link. I don't give a fuck. You protected. You a day one.
I'll hit anybody, and I'll be like, yo, you know what? The beef sector don't like me, but they always let me talk. They be like, hold on, we don't like his ass. Hold up. Let's at least hear what he gonna say before we start throwing tomatoes.
I mean, because a lot of people in the beef sector don't like me, but that's fine.
That'd be my thing, and I'm like, yo, come on, because I take from it a lot of valid points, because certain people, they have a lot of information, and I'm a sponge. I'll be like, damn, I never looked at that from that perspective.
Right.
Okay. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. So then, when I want to see the effery, I go watch like effery channels. Like I used to like Pizza with the Conspiracy Theory or the Speaking Law Family Study. I was like, okay.
I missed that. I really missed that for her, and I wish she would go back because it was fun. It was a way for us to pique our interest and even open us up to even maybe go and do our own research on a subject or topic.
Right.
I miss it, you know.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, this should be all shits and gigs until I'll be like, yo, like you know, I'm not doing that, right? Like certain things, I'm not doing. Like I said, I never want to see anybody get doxxed because that's their personal life.
Yep.
Like it's a difference. Like you can call me 1500 fat bastards. All right, cool. I'm not gonna look back to see what you did in '63. But that's irrelevant. If I want to know about you, I'm gonna say, hey, is it possible we could have a dialogue and see if we can be friends? And then you'll tell me whatever you want to tell me. But to go into that doxing to me, that I'll be like, oh, see, you lose when you do that, because a lot of times people don't realize when you find out certain shit, and then what you find out they bring to life, then you want to run and no, see you found out though, and that be my thing. Like it's cool to, as you call it. We called it back in the dozens, but you never overstepped.
Right.
Like as we grew up, my mother was your mother. So just imagine, hey, yo, we're not doing the mother joke show. What you say about my mother? And
right.
Right. And people don't get that. Like you couldn't cuss. You helped her with the bags when she got off the bus or out the car. Like it was certain things that you just did. Even now at 51, when I go past my extended mom's house, hey, yo, y'all know why y'all cussing him from my mother? He be like, yo, it's my, yo, we come on. And we sit there and she still laughs about it because at 51, we when I drank, we would go to the bar. We never would drink in front of moms. And moms knew we drank. It was just certain things. She was like, nah, yo. Hey, let's go watch the game. But again, I'm going to give it to like men, because a man taught me how to be a man. It was certain things you just didn't do.
Like you taught me how to be a man too.
Yeah. Like you don't blatantly attack women. Like, you don't get no points for that.
Yeah. And we all had them homies that we knew was on some trash and on some bullshit. You know, back in the day, even now, we know they do some fuck shit. And we call them out on it. You know, we still try to be there. We still will be there, even if we hold them accountable. So I understand everything that you say, Malik. When
that's like the other day, ODS was like, hey, Malik, you don't drag a woman. She came at you, but you call me or get broke. Because as soon as you say something, they going to say that you disrespectful to women, not realizing that the woman started. So I was
Right.
like, all right, cool. I ain't never said nothing else about her. I be like, all right, cool. And again, I get it. Like I've said 100 times, I apologize for going like that on Toya. I was dead wrong. I was like, damn, yo, you just told, oh, what? And I'm sitting here like, but I was upset, and I forgot even how it got that far. So when I apologized, and if she ever accepted it or not, I never knew, because we've been on panels since then. But again, I had to realize I was wrong. Even though she was trolling or she was talking her smack, I did not have to be that verbally disrespectful. So now before I go on demon time, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah.
I'll be like, see, because this shit, and I'll be telling, I can tell you when it's gonna go left. I can tell you. Like the other day with Noble, I say, yo, let me leave. This shit get ready to go left. Oh no, you bitch nigga. I say, Noble, I'm telling you, this get ready to go left. Because you're not gonna hit me with that old, you come in my town and all of those slick shit. Nigga, I've been doxxed. Just let me know when the fuck you coming.
And see, this Malik, and that's why I be telling people, you probably ain't catch my live. When I did respond to Lemon, I said, you know, I got nephews your age. I have 3 older brothers. One of them who frequents Cali, and that's still the one that's out here, right? He's still the one that's out here. I couldn't imagine them hearing me go back and forth with you. No. They would be like, my nephews would be like, Auntie, who the fuck? Wait a minute. Where the fuck this nigga at? What's up? You know what I'm saying? I have nephews age.
And see, that's what. Go ahead.
So, since we go, because this is a topic, but we're having a positive conversation about this topic. Like you explained it from a man's standpoint. So when I explained it, I did whoop him a little bit. I just tapped him on his head like I popped one of my nephews. But from a woman and that's been in recovery, who's had a lifestyle from the streets, who lived, not my mother was an alcoholic, but I had uncles who were alcoholics and different things like that. As a woman who still respects the Black man, I said, you know, Lemon, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna part ways with you. I don't want to be your mod. I don't want any of it. And that was just for me, because I was watching and I'm like, this ain't right. I cannot. Fuck what he's saying to me. Fuck if it's satire. It's not the satire I want, but it ain't just about what he said it did to me, because I'm not a victim. Shit, everybody get a turn off there. But it was the other things I'm watching. And people are like, it's fake, it's this, it's that. Yeah, some of the cutting up is fake. But if you know, bro. And I know you know. Certain people know. If they know, they know.
I'm gonna say this. Yo, you still back right up on me, yo. Like, yo, see this. Pardon me. Let me focus. So, this is the number one thing I had to learn. And I listened long enough on YouTube, and I kept listening. And Brooke said to me one day, she was like, you gotta realize that some of these people don't know the rules. YouTube rules and real life rules are two different.
To fight with people and shit.
I'll be like, nah, because I live by the same rules.
Motherfuckers driving stupid.
And she'd be like, but you can't. Mm-hmm. So that at that point,
Malik, you cutting out, bro.
Hello?
And I think that's our problem sometimes.
Am I still cutting out?
Y'all be patient. He cutting out, y'all. I don't think he realized it, but we know he outside driving. Or is it me? Well, no, my shit say I'm cool. Oh, wait.
Am I still cutting out?
No, I think it's me. Hold on. My shit acting. My Wi-Fi be acting crazy as fuck sometimes. No, it's me. They may have heard you. It was my Wi-Fi that was acting up.
All right, I'm still there. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? If everybody's still with me, give me a hell yeah. Okay, so Ladon, you got me up here solo dolo. So back to what I was saying. It's two different worlds. It should be one world because you should be who you are regardless of where you at in this world. But it don't work like that for everybody. Some people like to prevent this or create this big bravado of an image only to look in the mirror and realize that that's not the same image that you created. So that's how I was able to navigate my way through the BS. So, like I said, it's good for entertainment for me. I don't think it'll be anything else but that. So moving on with it, at some point we all should be able to adjust our attitudes accordingly and realize the difference in S and G and reality and entertainment from just sheer pissing your life out the window type of deal. But it takes some people longer than others. But hopefully everybody gets it one day. So with it being said like that, I guess it's gonna be what it's gonna be when it's gonna be.
I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened. My Wi-Fi just cut out. I got T-Mobile Wi-Fi. It be tripping sometimes, but I need it. It wasn't no point. I was paying almost $500 a month between my cell phone bills and my Wi-Fi shit. So I just switched everything to T-Mobile. It ain't the best. Bear with me. But I'm back. Sorry.
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it was me. My shit, because it went my phone. I looked at my phone because your phone is always your confirmation. And it was my phone that was cut. It had cut out. So I had to reset everything. So it's just T-Mobile. T-Mobile be on some bullshit. But I was catching most of what you said. My profile pic is missing. Yes, definitely my Wi-Fi. Let me see.
I see the profile over here, but maybe it's because I'm up on the yard with you. Okay, you just switched it up.
Yeah, I just switched it up. I'm sorry, y'all. I swear to God, I'm not faking sick. I don't feel like I have a cold or anything. It's just my body is doing something crazy. Should y'all like this picture? I can't say doing StreamYard on my laptop is so much better with the graphics, even though I'm not paid. I can still do a little bit more. But yeah, so
I'm gonna say this, Ladon. The reason why your body probably is feeling that way is because the energy you've been around over the last 7 days.
It's been crazy. It's been
So
crazy.
change the environment and the energy and watch how fast your body gets back to normal.
You're right. You're right.
Because also, you halfway there. Because whatever was on your chest, you got out in the air.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing like a good old reminder.
And that's the most important thing that we all need to understand, that it's better out than in.
Yep. And AA always told me a problem shared is a problem cut in half. And that's something I don't live by a lot of their teachers because some of them is cult like. But certain things, a problem shared is a problem cut in half. Even if we didn't have to, like during this conversation, we didn't have to go into details about our troubles when we headlined the AA, our starting of the meeting, because this is still to me a meeting because this is how they go. But we were able to get enough out to where we can land the point and talk about different things, and still incorporate what we experience here on YouTube. Because one of the things you were saying was like you sometimes carry your real life views and points here. And that's what I do as well, which is why I know I have to change, because I can't entertain things that don't align with my cores and values, which is why, again, with everything went on, take my mindset. Because then that way, as a mind, not saying that we're obligated, but when we're mighty for someone, we want to be there and support and help the content creator, right? But I relinquished that. So people say he took it. No, I asked him to. Everything is on Envy's Live. Everything, the whole is there. You know what I'm saying? I asked him to. And when he asked me, I said, no, I'm cool. And it ain't because I hate him. I told him, God bless him. I wish him nothing but the best. You feel me, bro? But I can't watch you. I didn't watch it in my real life with my brothers. My one nephew, he was out here cutting a fool. I said, boy, I'm not about to entertain this. Get your shit together.
So, for those who are listening, I'm gonna take a little different turn for a second. Get the 12 steps. Get the 12 steps. Because when you get the 12 steps, put a piece of paper over the front and take off the AA or NA part.
And you can still do it.
Say again?
They can still utilize them.
Right, because the 12 steps actually help your life.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a serious but kind of joking manner, I would go with my mother to these meetings. But when it came for me to kick the bottle, I kicked the bottle straight and direct. And the fun part to those who know me, and maybe LaDon will get what I'm saying, because it's a sense of dry humor, but it's the one thing that once you get into the book or into either NA or AA, if you pay attention to,
the foundation is laid.
Yeah, but it's also for a person that's analytical and all you do and your knowledge is psychology. When you go, just take a survey of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Because 95% of the people either drink soda heavy, smoke cigarettes, or drink coffee.
Yep. Or do all three at the same time.
So for those who listening, and again, because LaDon's been there, I used to laugh and be like, how do you want me to take this book seriously when they've just traded an illegal substance or legal substance for another? You just traded from one drug to another. And the old man said to me this, though, I want you to pay attention. The old man, he's got 45 years probably plus now clean. He got burnt 6 times by this female. He was on his way to get burnt a 7th time when he got locked up.
Mm.
And what he said was this. He said, old habits are hard to die. However, sometimes you can just modify it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, that don't sound right. He was like, I told you. I went from getting high to getting clean. And I was like, okay, but he was like, yeah, I didn't smoke cigarettes or drink coffee then. He said, but however, I told you I got burnt 6 times. I was going for 7. I said, and? He said, see, I repeatedly was going to get burnt, knowing it was wrong. He said, so just imagine how many people repeatedly come to a meeting. And he's the one who said that to me. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, the meeting is most important. Everything else is secondary.
Yep.
If smoking a cigarette gets you through the meeting, that's cool. But show up for the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to be the one sitting in the front row, I think, sitting on your hands.
Yep. That was, the newcomer sitting in the front row.
So that's just my advice. Get the book of 12. It's an excellent book.
You can find the 12 steps online.
Right.
That shit is,
but I paid attention to LaDon. Is it step 5 or step 7 when you got to make amends?
That's step 5. Where you no. Yeah, the 5th step is making amends. Yep.
Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave. I remember when my mother did step 5. The 3 things I remember is when she went in there and she said she wasn't ever going to do it again. On the 3rd try, I remember step 5, and I remember 11 years clean. Everything else I couldn't tell you about. So I want you to understand, people who are listening, the support means way more to the individual than you can imagine.
Yep.
Because God rest her soul, it's approaching her 14th year. This year, I would have still been her big baby. Here's my big baby, and I cried. I cried at every anniversary. Like clockwork. Because
ain't nothing wrong with a man crying.
Oh no. But I want people to understand. See, because when she got the determination, because she said to me, I promise you, when I leave, it won't be with a needle in my arm or OD somewhere off of some goddamn drug.
Come on, somebody. Come on. No matter what.
The last part I'm going to leave in my testimony is, and Brooke, don't cuss me out. My mother wanted me to stop drinking prior to her expiration. So when I had to go through that grief of her expiring, I walked away from that bottle. And every day I say to myself, why didn't you do it sooner? But I had to realize you did it.
Yep.
And that's the most important part. So for those who see me out there joking and whatever, cutting the bobo, whatever you want to call it, I do that as a way of keeping a focused lane on my journey. Because when I log off the app, I got to be a father, a husband, a mentor. I got like 15,000 hats to wear. So my only form of release is to sit here and laugh at the effortless. Because in real life, I know it would not go down like this.
That's true.
So I'm not telling anybody that my method may work for you. I'm just giving you my testimony. I told LaDon that whenever she was ready, all she had to do was say the word. If she ready again and she send out the signal, I'm going to show up every time I can. Because the one thing that's most important is whatever you going to do, I'm going to make sure you're not going to do it alone.
Thank you for that. And I know Brooke is somewhere in the background. I know Brooke know what's going on. So before y'all start, we not start no shit. Don't y'all start no bullshit. I'm putting that out there right now.
Oh, one thing you don't have to worry about is that, because the moment they say what the conversation was, she not even gonna talk about it. She gonna sit there and be honest with y'all. I don't do that. Not that. Not because when I tell you I eat, sleep, and breathe that, I'm not putting that bottle in me at all. Because they hit you with the, oh boy, come on, just have one. Nigga, I can't have one. I need 100. Right. And 100 ain't enough. Why set myself up?
Come on.
That's a setup.
Yep, that's true. That is absolutely.
I'm keeping it all the way tall with you. So I'm going to give y'all one more. Have you ever noticed people that, seriously, if you go to somebody and you in the crunch and you say, I need 50 for the phone bill. They tell you I ain't got it. But boy, smoke this joint or take this drink with me. And
Right.
you be sitting there like, how is that gonna help the phone bill? And no offense, how many times do people fall for that? Oh man, boy, I could use a double shot, boy. You
I'm
know what I
stressed
mean?
out. Yeah, I'm stressed
Yeah.
out.
Meanwhile, what? Still ain't got the damn phone bill paid.
Yep. You still ain't got
So
the
you
phone.
don't have money to help me pay the phone bill, but you gonna help me get drunk, and you know that 1 or 2 drinks ain't enough. What kind of friend are you for real? I'm just keeping it a buck with somebody. I mean, I don't know if you hear me, you hear me. If y'all can't relate, you can't relate. But I'm dead ass serious.
I lost a lot of relationships in recovery. And even with some relationships, it was hard for them to even adapt to the person I had become. Yeah. And it was like that. Like, you know, it's crazy that you saying that. And I know you know, Brooke is live, and I know, you know, you got to get ready to go. And like I said, this AA meeting, these lives will only never go over an hour. Malik, I want to thank you so much for your support. You just don't know what this means to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to conclude this with the Serenity Prayer. Now, y'all know I'm not a Christian. I'm not a churchy person. And I do use God because God is a common term. So let's go ahead and end with the Serenity Prayer real quick for me, please. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will be done. This is exactly what I need. And I think I'm going to keep this rolling. It may not be every day, but I think this is something, you know, I think something we all needed. I had people drop down that I've never seen before. And not to say that they're not my subbies, but they dropped down. That's a blessing.
Did you get that from back there before you dropped off?
Everything good, bro. Yep.
No, I'm saying, did you get it?
Yes, I got it. Everything
Okay.
good. Everything good,
Right.
you know.
I great seeing you. Before I dropped down, I'd have redid it for you. But okay.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is when I make that connection, make sure you pass that along too.
Listen, you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. Ain't nobody need to know what we done.
Right. Cause that, yeah, we good. Okay, Hood. So Malik, Miss Hood says she gonna come up and give her testimony because sometimes going to meetings, because they have Al-Anon. And so going to meetings and supporting your family is not just about the addict, it's also about the family. So those types of testimonies are very important. You know what I'm saying? My father got sober at 50 years old. You know.
So, Ms. Hood, you want me to stay or you want me to drop down?
No, next one. It's gonna be my next one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this rolling. Like I said, I just don't want to make it too long. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to sustain, especially for those who are actively struggling. It's true, because I know when I was really going downhill and when I first went, it was hard to sustain. So I want this to be short, quick. You know, we get to the point, we have our conversation. Malik, you are fucking awesome. You don't even understand the level of respect I have gained from you. And we had always been subbies, cool, whatever. But recently hearing your voice, having you bless my panels, and just hearing you, I've gained such a level of respect for you and Brooke. You know, I've never had any issues with Brooke, you know, but like I say, I'm putting a voice to the words, right? And I absolutely fuck with her too. And that's on a different level. When I see people, I see them for face value. I know what we do on here, but I see her for face value. You know, we have a lot in common. And that's all I can say for that. I thank you so much, Malik.
No problem. So for those,
go ahead.
For those who never been, as she's closed the meeting out, but I want you to pay attention because a lot of things I hear y'all say on here, y'all don't know where it came from. Like when y'all be yelling kite, I'll be like, who done been to jail here? Feed up, child. Who done been to, so you don't know. So at the end of the meeting, when I found out that brought everybody in AA and NA together, well, especially NA. I mean, the NA thing is so deep. I love it. And I always paid attention because at the end, they would say, love you, sis.
Yep.
And the other person would say, love you more.
Yep.
And I never understood that
Mm-hmm.
until I kept coming around. And
Yep.
then I realized that bond right there, you can't break it.
It's a spiritual
So
bond. Yep.
with that being said, you have a good one, sis. I see you around.
Yeah, you will. I'll be in and out, but I can't sit right now. My mind ain't really placed on it. But thank you so
Hey,
much.
whenever I get you, we good.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So with that being said, like my title said, AA said you only need 2 people for a meeting. And I think I got maybe a total of maybe 20, 25 with one person who's still holding me down, my day one hood. I know her as Hood Therapy. I know her by a different name as well, but she a day one. And I'm so grateful to be able to share my experiences and to have other people share their experiences, and also to be able to communicate and entertain with people who we know be out here swinging and banging, but to put them in a position where they can have a voice and be okay with it. I am going to, I don't know, I slept in, so I'm gonna go find me something else to do. I'm gonna check out the streets. I'm probably gonna just go chill at Shakim's. Like I said, and catch a few replays. I thank you guys so much. This was what I needed more than y'all know. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to the garden. Thank you for chilling in the garden, whether you clean, sober, whatever, you know. The garden is a safe space. It's a beautiful place. It's a place where you can get peace and serenity at the end of the day. That play on words have so many things with it, and I do play on words in a positive way. Anyway, I'm about to get up off of here. My voice is tired. I need to figure out what I'm gonna eat and maybe get another cup of coffee, because I went and got some coffee yesterday when I was out and about. Listen, God bless y'all. And I'm gonna say this before I go. Listen, I don't knock nobody in what they do, but I have principles. Hey, D-Ham, I need you to email me, please. You can find my emails on my channel or in my about section or whatever. You know where you go to click and get all the emails. I was about to say, I do stand on integrity, and I do stand on firm beliefs. And I respect the Black man even when they don't respect themselves. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here and just rest and clear my head some more. Maybe I'll go ahead and read this big book just because I ain't got shit else to do. Maybe that's what I need right now. Yeah, but D-Hell, make sure you email me, please. I don't know if you're on social media. I know you're a more mature man. So please email me. I just want to, check on you, see how everything's going. And it ain't going to be no doxing or nothing like that. I'm a straightforward person. The Hood Therapy will tell you that. What you see now is how I've always been. I love y'all so much, and I will love on y'all. I will love y'all until y'all start loving yourself. Y'all have a wonderful day.